Trade Along Live session. We're about to get underway here right now. It's about 9:25 a.m. on December 3rd, 2021. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing to be taken as direct trading or investment advice. If you are coming in, you're new as a guest, welcome aboard. We have subscribers in, we have guests in. Put up an S&P 500 E-mini chart. Be prepared to receive Saul's levels this morning. He gives out his proprietary scalping levels, a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of the S&P 500 E-mini, or top and bottom, which he calls support and resistance that represent prices in the S&P 500 E-mini. Those are Saul's go-to areas for his own trading. You can write them down, pay attention to what happens at those levels. As a subscriber, you know what goes on here on a daily basis and what the opportunities are. Saul's going to be your guide for the morning session from an educational point of view. He's going to provide you with trade action commentary. Saul trades based on a price action trading strategy. If you'd like to learn what to do based on this Trade Along Live session or any session, then you have the opportunity to join us in the Trading Academy, which is part of this service. They are linked. The Trading Academy is where we teach you, mentor you, bring you along with the goal of, or at the end, the prize, right, is the development of consistent profitability, which is really hard to do. I mean, I won't sugarcoat it. Saul takes you into private class. He teaches you either his trading methodology, which is price action, or he helps you tune up your own, add in the pieces of the puzzle that you're missing, subtract the ones that are dragging you down. He does that in a private Zoom room, and then he provides you with an opportunity to come in here on a daily basis. This Trade Along Live session as an opportunity point to be with him as you're applying your newfound trading skills. That's what we do every day. We do this Trade Along Live session for those that are subscribing. We have guests come in that can subscribe to this session, and we send you out a link to the website to read all about it. The link is coming out to you now. Make sure you take the time to explore. If you're not signed up for one or the other, the one is the Trade Along Live session. This session as a subscriber. The other one is the bundle where you get the best of both worlds, which is you're in being taught by Saul, and then you come in here as a proving ground and an access point to him during the live market. Hey, Mark, if you want to whip up your camera and turn it on, that'd be great. You want to test your microphone, let us know. Hey, Brad, that's welcome. Albert. Hey, Chad. Coop. Edward, Frank, Fred, Glenn, Harry, James, Joanne, Joel, Johnny Z, KG, Mark G, Filippo, did you get the email I sent you? Just let me know. Ron, Roop. And Timothy. Saul should be stepping in shortly. I see him in the background. When he picks up his microphone, he'll take over. We go through the morning session together. And again, check your status. If you're looking for trading education and a tune-up of what you got, it's the Academy. Check it out on the website. Check out the bundle where you get the best of both worlds. Subscribe just to this service, Trade Along Live. Great opportunity. Coming on a daily basis. Look to do better at your trading. Hey, Henry. Pat. Jack M, I've been reaching out to you a couple times, Jack. Are you, I think you're subscribed to Saul's services. Just let me know back in chat. I don't want you to get exited. Somebody was asking. You know, we ask you to respond. If you don't respond, we just exit you. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that you have what you're looking for based on your trading. If you're coming in, tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. That's a link to join us right into this Zoom webinar, Trade Along Live webinar. So Jack, let me know.
All right, good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me all right? All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 45.95. 45.95. Resistance at 02, 07, 16, 25, 33, and 42. Support below at 88, 80, 70, 60, and 44. Pivot 95, support at 88, 80, 70, 60, and 44. Resistance on the upside at 02, 07, 16, 25, 33, and 42. Thanks again for Mark and Don there stepping in for me yesterday. Very busy day for me, all over the place. Very long day for me, but hey, it was fun though. I finally got to see my little grandson. Little. Very little. All right, we're just chopping around here. Market is trading on the heels of unemployment number, which came out very, very low, disappointing number. They were expecting 500 and some, kind of came out at 220. So kind of disappointing number in regards to the unemployment number. But the market here kind of just continues to rally. You can see bonds were a little concerned about that number as they came off. Here we got 07 as our next little area of resistance up here. Could have taken the 02 with a little grain of salt, but definitely chopping around here, kind of the same trade as yesterday, coming up here to this 7 area. It kind of rallied it in your face yesterday. Well, like I said, I couldn't understand how they did not expect this Omicron to be hitting the United States, and that was the break on Wednesday. All right, nice little trade there against the 07 here. Again, area. Remember, it's an area. Maybe you were averaging out against the 7 and the 02 just because of the volatility. Not unheard of. Anyway, and a nice rotation here. Again, because of the proximity of the two levels, maybe you had a chance to maybe scale. That would have been the scale, right? Usually don't put the two levels together, but it is what it is. Anyway, so regards to the this is why we don't like to trade in the afternoon, because they over exaggerated the push to the downside on Wednesday afternoon based on the fact that they said that there was going to be the first Omicron person in the United States to test positive for it here, and then they just sold it off on extremely light volume. You didn't get any opportunities there to any scalping opportunities. It was just a one-way trade. And that's why the afternoon trade is very, very difficult and one-sided and not the same kind of ebbs and flows you get. And then yesterday morning, they kind of just gave it all back because they're like, traders came in the morning and said, what, are you guys kidding me? And then they rallied it back. So nice little trade there against the 06, got up to 6.5 here. Hopefully you were able to jump in there and take advantage of that little trade, even if you got stopped and then came back in, or if you averaged out that way. Either way, should have been okay. I mean, we are in the 4 to 5 point range in regards to volatility still, I think, as we quickly rotate back down here. So definitely chopping around here. Really moving around. You can still see the volatility is very high with the lack of volume in each of the prices, right? There's no There's no 100 lots anywhere close by. All there is once in a while one pops up and then disappears. But still, they're still trading a lot, even though behind the scenes you can't see it, but it's still trading a lot. So, all right. So, welcome some of the new folks that are here. We're trading mini S&Ps, looking to take advantage of rotations in the market, based on the levels that we just gave out that you can see in the chat box area there, and also the price action opportunities that might occur. Combination of both gives us setups. We like to scalp the market. We're looking probably for about, usually on a normal, whatever normal is, as we come down here to the 88 area now. We'd like to scalp for about, nice little pop there off of our 88 area. Got down to 88 and change. Hopefully we're able to scale in there at 89. Again, you're scaling in differently because of volatility, right? We can't scale in a half a point above and below. It should be at least a point and a half, somewhere in that range. You'll need to take care of, to take into account the volatility that's in there. It's a nice little quick pop there off of hopefully 89. You should have been able to get in there at the 80. And then if the volatility is too great in the morning, because you do get dynamics are different in the in the morning versus the afternoon, then just be patient and wait for the market kind of settle down. But again, the problem with the afternoon trade is that it gets all one way, and that was definitely the case on Wednesday. There's a late afternoon overreaction to the news, and then it's one of those things that even though it's late at trading on a very light volume, it's not like you could fade it. I mean, it's not, it's coming back, but at what point and at what cost, right? And that's the problem. So patience is definitely important here. Well, that was the blue band trade as well as the level. We had both things coming in there at the 89 area. Hopefully, yes, that was probably a mark trade. We're not calling it a mark trade. He didn't create the trade. It's definitely a blue band trade. Let's not get carried away with giving him titles here. He's in California after all. He has enough titles. Don was trying to be nice to you, give you a trade. By the way, Don or Mark, if you guys want to jump in, you can obviously jump in anytime. Just because I don't have to run off anywhere doesn't mean that you guys can jump in and participate, especially if you want to say something to Don, to Mark. All right, so market is the market. The market drifted down to our support level there at 88, got down to our blue band as well at 89. Nice rotation off of that level. And now we're just kind of drifting around here. We'll see what it wants to do. Next downside support is down at 80. And again, we're trying to get, because of the volatility, I don't know, about 4 to 5 points on these trades. And hopefully, we are getting them. It's just a matter of, patience and keeping your stops in place for the ones that we don't get them in.
On live session.
All right.
We've got traders coming in from all over the globe. Welcome aboard.
Let's see.
This is a concentrated session.
Coming out here. Here it is. No, that's not it. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is.
I don't understand what the problem with it calling the mark trade. That kind of sounds, it's got a good ring to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Why are you so against the mark trade?
Just because Don finally is accepting the fact that there is a blue band there and it does stop his goals. And then we attributed that trade to you because you use it all the time. Doesn't mean it's a mark trade. It's still, but
All right, I tried.
That's okay. Yeah.
How's the
All right,
baby?
No, cute. A little peanut, man. Oof,
Wow,
tiny little thing.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he looks cute in pictures. He's even more adorable, holding him in your hand there.
Yeah.
So we do have 8:45. Let's see what see what Don said.
Man. Sorry, Don.
Don, you can chop in here and say whatever you want to say to Mark. Let's see. We have a 8:45 PMI composite number, smaller number. 9 o'clock, top of the hour, we have factory orders and ISM services. So a couple numbers on the backdrop of unemployment. Again, probably not big market movers, but we'll see. So when today's big jobs report arrives, the labor force participation rate will be getting just as much attention as the headline number. Economists are looking for a gain of 550,000 non-farm payrolls for November, right near what ADP reported in the private sector. That would be more evidence of sustained progress on the labor job front that the Fed is aiming for, but not a breakout month of workers returning. For November, our model points to a mere 300,000 increase in private payrolls, but it has an undershot in the recent months, so we look for 500 increase. That's what the economists from some group said. We'd love to be wrong about this, but the long-awaited surge to 1 million plus appears to have been delayed again, suggesting that labor participation remains stuck in a rut. Chairman Powell expressed surprise at the continued flat trend in participation, which remains the biggest single risks to benign medium-term inflation story. Yeah, he said, and if participation fails to rise, huge labor demand supply imbalance persists, and the Fed likely have to hike 3 or 4 times next year because of inflation. 3 or 4 times next year. But bond market's kind of reacting negatively a little bit. S&Ps though, and they're just coming back. Oh, they are coming off 46 handle here. Still, I mean, they did break it a little bit. I mean, they look a lot worse when you're trading it, but and the overall picture is not that bad as we slowly drift down here. We got 80 as our next support level. The labor force participation rate is 61%, steady for the last 2 months, and is not really bugged this year. That's what it said, bugged. There are 3.1 million fewer workers than before the pandemic, and Wells Fargo estimates another 1 million would have joined the workforce had the pandemic not happened. And there's a whole bunch of little statistics here that could drive you a little bit nuts reading them as we swiftly come down. Again, if you don't like the way it's trading, nobody's telling you not to stick with it. Maybe exit some of your contracts, take some off, scratch some, because it did quickly drift up to 82 there. You got to, nothing here is etched in stone. Just remember that. And we are trading futures contracts, which means you make adjustments along the way. And coming down here to the 75, 76 area, which is our settlement price. So again, it's just kind of hanging around the 80 here, not running away from you. So you are given choices as to how you trade, how many contracts you leave on, how many you take off, if you scratch them, if you take a little bit of a profit, if you don't like the price action. If you like the price action, you just leave the trade on, you leave your stop in, and that's it. And we're getting a nice little push up here. Again, where you scaled in, obviously I'm saying you're scaling in probably in 79 area as well. And you're getting a nice little push up here off of that level. giving us at least almost 4 points, especially from the 79 area. Now we're getting more than that. So nice little trade there. Again, you're scaling in and scaling out. We said 4 or 5 point stops. We got down to 76 and change there, 77. So we didn't get stopped out. And a nice rotation there off of that 80 area to give us 5 points at least if you are scalping and getting in and getting out. You're scaling in and scaling out as well. So it's just not a one-way thing here, but you can do it both ways. So many different ways to trade. Just remember that there's not one correct way. You have to find the niche that works for you as a trader, an individual trader, and that's what we help you try to do with our education course. So if anybody's interested or would like to know more or want to learn about trading, this is the place to be. And just you can just put any remarks or comments into the chat box area. As we have that, that's where I'll be able to see your comments. So if anybody needs more information or stuff like that, just let us know. We're here to help. All right. So market is chopping around here. We got a nice rotation there against our level there at 80. And now we're just kind of bouncing around here a little bit. Nice little pop there. We have a number coming out here. That was the ISM number probably that pushed that market down a little bit there. Now we have a couple other numbers coming out this morning at the top of the hour. Congress passed a bill to keep government funded until February 18th. The Senate voted 69 to 28 to keep funding, following a 221 to 212 vote in the House of Representatives. Some GOP senators were looking to hold up the legislation to block federal COVID vaccine mandates. A deal was struck for a vote on a separate mandate defunding measure, which eventually failed to pass. Love these games that they play over there. Just love it. Gold prices slipped to the lowest settlement since mid-October as the initial safe haven demand for the metal caused some worries over the new COVID-19 Omicron variant proves short-lived. Omicron fears have somewhat subsided late this week and was putting some risk appetite back into the market, according to some analysts. Also, Fed Powell hawkish pivot yesterday has prompted talk of rate hikes coming sooner than expected, also weighing on non-interest-bearing metals. Okay. The market is kind of staying a little weak there. But again, we're just trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows. Could you've gotten short anywhere? I guess maybe stay below 90 there. You could have had a reason to get short. Next support level we have is down at the 70 area, sorry. Bouncing there off of our green band a little bit. Bonds coming back just a touch here, probably in the middle of the range. See what they want to end up doing. Remember, bonds are trading in the March contract right now. Which means probably in the next week or so, they're going to shift over to the March contract in the equities. Coming down here to the 70 area right now. Going to test that. Pat, I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it either. I'm just at a loss for trying to understand the dynamics there of why people don't want to work. I don't get it. It's not like there's free money out there. Let's get past that scenario of free money that's been, oh yeah, the government's giving it away. They're not. What are they giving away? How can people live on whatever? Well, they're not even giving it away anymore. So I don't understand. I don't get the logic there either. So, like I said, my Starbucks can't even get a coffee sometimes. How's the Starbucks closed on Sundays? Almost every Starbucks around here is closed on Sundays. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Sundays is not a big day, but it's just dumbfounded. It's not like I live on Starbucks, but I just don't understand how people. I don't know. What can I tell you? Logic is there's no logic anymore to any of this stuff. By the way, Dad, we have come to a conclusion. All right, again, you're working the 70 area. You don't like the way it's trading. Gave you a chance to exit some of them. And you do have choices here. All right, we have choices. Next level down is the 60 area. And always keep your stops in place. Keeps you out of trouble. Keeps you in the game. You know, definitely don't want to get run over by one trade. So I got stopped out at a 70 here, and market continues to downtick here, coming down to the 60 area. Okay, market continues to have a little bit of an issue. We do have a number coming out here in 5 minutes. Again, you know, we get these moves, one-way moves. And that's why you got to keep your stops in place. You can't get run over by one of these trades. All right, they are moving fast. So that I will give you. They're just ripping around all over the place. got down to 54 there and change, and popping right back up here. Very, very nervous little trade. That still continues, and that's why you got to keep your stops in place. As we are, like I said, they could have gotten short up at 90, and that's been really about it. The market really never rotated anywhere else to give us another chance to sell it. We have a couple numbers coming out here. At top of the hour, so we'll see what that brings to the market. All right, kind of hanging around the 60 area here. Again, if you did happen to stay with it, they came right back. Not saying you did or you didn't, I don't know. Everybody trades differently. But if you did, you hung in there. It did get up to, well, it's right here at 66. So we are getting those rotations. They are just whipping around all over the place here. The VIX is at 28. A very healthy VIX number. The market continues to downtick here, kind of, well, the double bottom there at the 55.5 area. So we'll see what that brings. 54.5. And let me give you some levels here below this 44. We got 32, 24, 09, and 44.97. 32, 24, 09, and then 44.97. Very, very skittish all of a sudden. 28 is a VIX, so that's kind of high up there, and it definitely rotates. Gives us a high. You have to take that into account if you're trading, especially if you can't handle the volatility. And it is, as you can see, chopping around. You're getting these big 10, 15 point S&P 5-minute bars. So they are, if it's against your risk dynamic, then just be patient. It's up to 29 handle now on the VIX. So it is definitely up there, and obviously moving around quite a bit. As the number is out right now, you can see that they really lighten up the load there in the ladder ticket. Yeah, there's 20 lots in there. That's it. And that's another way you can always tell if a number is going to be released if you don't know. Look at a very light volume there, and you get these quick moves. So That's what's going on right now, as this number is being decimated to the market. They're figuring out what it means or what it doesn't mean. We don't like to trade numbers anyway, so staying out of that rotation when any number comes out, probably a good, healthier thing for us. All right, market again coming down here below, I'd say below the 53. We might downtick down to the next level we have here is 44. Again, if you were looking to get short there below 53, probably a place to get short. Right, a little bit of a little push down in here. I mean, take your profits. If you did get short there below 53, you are taking some profits here. You get 5 points here and try to keep some down for a push down to 44 here. And so we don't always just fade the market. We're also looking for opportunities to trade on momentum. And this was a nice little trade there for us, but we had to let the market set it up for us. Again, we're trying to keep you short there below the 53 area, looking for target there at 49. But you also got to take some profits along the way. You know, you can't just get in and because it's moving around so quick that you're getting like quick rotations off of everywhere. So when you take some profits, you're locking in. You know, excuse me. You gotta take some profits along the way here. Right. So eventually you're targeting the 43, the 44 area, but you got to be patient until it gets there and also take some profits along the way. Can we repeat the levels in the chat again, please?
Give me 1 second, Sal. I got to put those other levels in.
Okay. All right, so we did have a nice rotation there. If we try to get you short below 53 and getting a push down there, again, you got to take some profits along the way, like I keep saying. There are the levels for us. Again, we use them as a guide. We can tweak them, add to them, subtract from them, adjust them a little bit. We've been doing that all day. I did give you a chance to sell at the 53 area if you wanted to. Again, the markets are moving so fast that you gotta, take some profits along the way and kind of let things happen from there. All right, floating back up here. So again, hopefully we're out of that short that we were staying in, taking some profits along the way, even though we're targeting the 44. But then if you took some off and then anything left over, you had a stop or an area where you weren't going to lose any money on the trade. And now we're just kind of floating, still looking at the 44. But again, make sure we keep your stops in place. All right, so just kind of chopping around here a little bit. Okay, we're coming back down here to the lows again. Coming down here to the 44 area. Maybe you take the lower end of the range there, depending on how you are trading. Okay, getting a little bit of nice rotation there off of the, as soon as I said that. I'll keep my mouth shut next time. On the lower end of the range. I remember we had to probably enter the lower end of the range only because of the where we stopped a little bit earlier. Very, very choppy. It gets to be this one-way trade again. You know, this is the kind of trade that it's not our favorite, right? That same thing if you got the rally trade going one way. Oh, there's a nice little pop up there for us. There we go. All right. So if we got in there, well, you should have got in there at least at 42 because there's no reason to get in there a little bit higher because of the way that market stopped there a little bit earlier. So hopefully you're able to jump in there and take a little bit of advantage of that rotation. Like I said, we're always making adjustments. You have to make adjustments based on the price action. All right. So at least that one, again, hopefully it made a little bit of an adjustment there because of the way the market stopped earlier. just prior to that move.
Hey, Sal. So is this market moving like this because of the COVID scare again, or where do you think we're getting all this volatility from?
You know what? I think that the market is weak. It's overbought. I think we can all agree, right? That it's
Right.
over. If you look at the bigger picture, it's a little bit overbought, and this is just a quasi reason to kind of sell it off and try to. You had before the market was popping back up because of the FOMO thing, right? And now until there's a backdrop of raising rates, that's a little bit of a concern. Now you got this Omicron situation. There just seemed like, and it always, like, the volatility always seems to increase on the downside. That's why we have to keep your stops in place. And I stretch apart the levels a little bit to take that into consideration on the downside. So it's do I know why they do things? No, I don't. But if you just look at the bigger picture, then maybe they're just kind of having a reason to take some profits here because interest rates. If interest rates go up, that's obviously not going to be good for the market, but it's not going to be terrible. At this point, it's not going to be terrible. And definitely, trying to control inflation is a good thing. So, we did rally, though. You got basically that Wednesday break, you got back half of that rally.
Right.
Yeah. So, it tested that, and now it's coming back down here a little bit. So, we'll see. The thing is, when it goes down really fast, so it scares everyone.
The big gurus were on the news yesterday saying that it was the market's overreacting and it shouldn't be selling off like this. It should be coming back.
Because the gurus are all long.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got to remember, when those guys are talking, they have an interest in the market. So you can't really have vested interest in which way the market's going. So these guys, make money on people investing in the market, not getting out.
Right.
So it's one of those. And look, we haven't had a decent rotation, 10% correction in more than 12 months, which is unheard of, right? So there's that going for you. And a 10% correction from 40, let's say 4,800 is down to, the 47. So we're almost there, right? We need to get down to 4,800. Let's say we need to get down to about 43 and change, somewhere in that range, 43 handle. So, it's still got a ways to go, and it's really a 10% correction. It's not that bad, but people are going to get panicked because we haven't seen one in so long. So, look, I'm not one to give you not one of these talking heads that gives you a reason to why the market's this or why the market's that. You got to just trade the market, whatever it is. If it's rallying, if it's breaking, you have to take into consideration the dynamics of the moment, and then trade it. If there's going to be a little extra selling pressure, as we're seeing now, then just adjust your entry points a little bit, trade a little bit smaller so you can take into account the extra volatility, and and stick with your stops, because you are going to get opportunities. Yeah, you're going to get multiple opportunities to trade because of the volatility. 28 VIX, 29 VIX is a very healthy VIX, and you're going to get chances to trade where you're going to make back your 5-point stops that you're taking, or even more than that. Maybe you're taking a 6-point stop because of the volatility. You're going to get a 6-point rotation.
Well, yesterday, the 24 level and the 33, it ran through those really quick. It rotated a little bit off the 42 level, but man, when it got to the 52, that thing rotated like 10 points in less than, seemed like 30 seconds, ran back up to the 52, and then pulled back down almost another 11 or 12 points. And I think Don was eating cookies, and my dome locked up on the second go around. So
right, no, and that did happen.
It was just moving so fast. I just couldn't get back in. Yeah,
your charts, either your charts are not catching up or your dome's not catching up, because it takes them a moment. That's how fast the orders were coming in, and sometimes we don't have enough, space on your computer to get all that information going at one time. The whatever your connection is to the internet, and you need, and that's why the exchanges have these big connections to their internet, because they be able to handle all the orders coming in there at one time. You get an overflow. It's just like a highway. You get 1,000 cars can only, going down the highway, but you can only fit 100 at a time. And so everything's got to slow down a little bit. But here you're talking of milliseconds. But you could see it though on the screen sometimes. It just doesn't move as fast. And you can see your ladder ticket is a different price than your charts. Like, what the hell's going on? It's just one of them trying to catch up. Yeah, but it does happen. It is, these markets do. This is what happens, and you have to, keep your orders in place, because like you said, it goes down or up for a second. You don't even see how far it goes because the charts aren't catching up. Your screen's not, and it rotates back up or down. And if you have your order in place, you get filled, and you're like, how did I get filled there?
Yeah, that's the main thing. Especially yesterday, you had always have your orders in place, but after I finally got my dome working, and trying to put in a market orders was a joke.
Yeah, no, you can't.
The fill is just horrible.
Oh yeah, you can't. It's a different. Again, you have to understand that it's trading that way, and then if it's too fast for you and you're not comfortable, then don't trade.
Well, the biggest caveat from yesterday was to trade smaller. Definitely trade smaller.
No, for sure. You had to. You can't, when it's, and today too, even to some extent, you can't trade the same, because you could trade, if you're trading 5 lots on a normal day, you can trade 1 lot and you get the same reaction.
Right.
Because you're getting 10-point moves. And if you're trading 5 lots and trying to get 2 points, you're going to get 10 points. Right here, you're trading 1 lot and you're getting 10 points, on your trade. So, just trade accordingly. You don't get hurt. Definitely don't want to trade 5 lots in this mess, or whatever your number is.
Yeah.
So
Don loves this stuff. He says.
Oh,
he loves the speed.
I mean, he's not even coming in right now because he's just like too busy.
I've got a couple hundred trades on already.
Come on, Don. Come on, join us. I'm giving you. You can join us, Don. Jump in here. It is unemployment too. Usually unemployment is very, very quiet. I think he's getting hair and makeup putting on.
There you go.
Oh, there he is. I knew it. I knew we can get you in here. I knew it. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing well.
Good.
If it'll just keep going.
Yeah, which way?
I need 65.
You need 65. All right. Well, okay. This is Don. This is Don from Texas.
How many trades have you put on so far, Don?
Probably about 15.
Oh,
It,
small number. I'm surprised.
Exactly.
I'm long from 43.
Okay, that sounds
So-
good.
I'm trying to hold that one to 65, but I don't think it's going to let me.
Yeah, that's good. Good area of resistance up there, 65, 66 area. But the one good thing, Don, is the blue band's not going to get in the way.
Well, just give it time. It'll figure out a way.
Gotta take that mark trade.
But you laugh, but this thing topped out right at a blue band on my 1 minute chart.
Oh, there you go. 1 minute chart. Jesus Christ. 1 minute chart in this mess. How do you trade a 1 minute chart in this?
Very fast.
I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine.
Well, it's like everything else. You get used to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's good. You're keeping your sanity that way. I mean, I traded, I kept my, I can't do that anymore. I can't trade that 1 minute chart. I just can't do it. I mean, I guess I could. I just don't, I don't know. I traded fast in the pit when I had to. Now I don't feel like trading fast anymore.
I think I'd forget my hand signals in the pit.
Oh, no, they're inbred. You don't forget those. Never forget those. Actually, they're kind of unique in their own kind of way. When I first started, it's funny, but when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. And there's certain ways that you hold, certain ways you do things, and certain ways you bid, and certain ways you offer. And
Don't you have to take a hand signal class before you get on the floor or something like that? I heard.
yeah, you would. They quickly
Teach you.
go over it, but until you get thrown into the fire, you forget all that stuff because you're not thinking. I had it written down, and by the time I read it the way I was supposed to say it, if I wanted to buy or to sell, the market was already gone. And these new guys, you're a new guy, and these guys are like jumping in on you, just ready for you to make a mistake because you're new. Of course, you're going to make a mistake. So of course, these guys are like hound dogs, right, all over me. I mean, they're just waiting for me to open my mouth so they can say sold to me. And so I when I got past that stage and was able to handle myself, I felt bad for the new folks that came in the floor, and so I was always trying to help them because I felt like when I was doing it that they were killing me, and so I was like, I'm going to make sure that a new guy or girl, even though that didn't really happen that often, but I stood next to 3 girls, by the way. I don't know how that happened, but they were all, there are girls trading, and some of them were really good, but not that many, obviously. But if somebody new came in, I was always trying to help them out. So that's because I got run over by these guys, and they're so rude. So now when I got to the point where I would scream at the guys who were trying to take advantage of them because I know they were trying to take advantage of me. So I'd say, hey, what are you doing? And I'm sticking up for the new guy here. And they didn't like that. But I didn't care. I didn't have friends. You can't have friends with guys in the pit and the guys standing next to you. Like my friends on the floor were friends from another pit, and that I didn't have to interact with them every day. Because, I mean, you're trading, if I take a trade and he wanted to trade and, he thinks he should have got the trade and I get the trade and I make money on it, he doesn't, it's hard to have friendships that way.
Did they shut down all the pits? The floor,
yeah,
all the grain, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they did. I think the only floor that's open besides the New York Stock Exchange, I'm not sure about this, but I think where they trade the oil there is still open, but don't take it. I'm not positive.
Can you go to the exchange now? I mean, is it open for tours or let people look around at what it used to be, or is it just completely closed?
No, I went into the offices about a month ago to get some information. I needed to talk to somebody, and it was You couldn't. The area where you could walk into the floor was closed. So I'm assuming that's. I mean, there's nobody there.
Wow.
So
That must be weird for you to see like that.
Well, I can't get in, so it's okay. So I mean, let's put it this way: it was when they were in the process of taking away the volatility in the pits, and the pits were closing. It was sad to see some of the pits that I traded in were basically empty. Where you had 600 people standing in one pit trading with each other, and then it's like you have a few people standing there now. That was sad. That was sad when you were going through it. And some of the other pits that were full were the options pits for equities and futures. They kept those open. The futures side of it, there's options on futures. That stayed open, but trading the futures, they shut those down quickly. And again, it was all because of money. It was all financial move more than anything else, and it was annoying. It was not nice, but that's a world we lived in.
So when your last day on the floor, Sal, was did a lot of other people leave, or did you just pick the day and you said enough is enough? Or
no, I stayed there. I stayed there till the end. I mean,
oh really?
We were there. COVID. Everybody was saying, "Oh, we're going to shut down for 2 weeks because that was the thing."
Oh,
we
that's
all closed
right.
we all closed for 2 weeks, and everything's going to be okay after 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks turned into months. And so that last day, I mean, I was there on the floor. I had to take all my computer stuff out of there. They let me take that out. They didn't keep it. But I took, everybody was taking their stuff off because you didn't know when you were coming back. I mean, they said 2 weeks, and everybody, and I remember my garage place where I've been going to for 30 years. Those guys, forever, right? They take care of the cars and stuff for you. And we said, all of them were saying, "All right, we'll see you in 2 weeks." Like, okay, and then just and the rest is history, as they say. 2 weeks turned into 2 years.
Forever.
And now we're definitely not around anymore. So, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? So it is. And weird was they actually had a simulation of trading to some new people that were coming on the floor, and that was kind of fun to stand there and listen to. Of course, they didn't call me to go simulate with them, but I was listening and watching. I mean, I just never got into the politics part of it. That's, I guess, with me, I didn't care. I just did my job and left. Didn't have time for that stuff. The golf course was calling.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we're trying to inch up to that 65 area. Of course, Don is kind of, he's long there on the downside. Sure, he's got to stop someplace.
Oh, I'm out now.
Oh, wow.
I got to 62, and I said that looks like 65 to me.
There you go. There it is.
There's got to be a blue band in there someplace.
Oh yeah, someplace. All right. So again, this is how we are patient. Pick your spots. Again, like I keep saying, you are getting rotations to make up, but you don't have to trade big. And trade small and try to take advantage of those moves that we get in the market. And just be patient and wait for a good entry point. Right. Don, you got any grandkids?
Yes, 4.
Nice.
I think that's kind of funny, especially when you see them for the first time.
Oh yeah, this little guy.
Did they take pictures of you?
They did have one of me holding him. I'll keep that one. I don't want to scare everybody, but he is so small. I mean, he was like a little early, so he's like 5 pounds, little guy, and the pictures make him look a lot bigger than he really is. But then you hold him and you're like, oh, you are tiny. But they're so cute when they're. He was just like sleeping in my arms. That's all they do anyway.
We have a friend of ours, and she works for the Neo unit, one of the hospitals over in Louisiana, and she takes care of the prematures. And she said some of these kids you can actually hold in your 2 hands; they're that small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my friend, his son had a couple little ones like that. They were like 20-some weeks old, and he said you can hold them in one hand.
Yeah,
they fit in your hand, and it's amazing now that they actually, survive. And those little 2 kids. They were twins. They're like 2 years old now. They're doing great. It's just amazing what they can do right now. So yeah, it's definitely awesome. And then I got my other daughter who's also doing about 10 or 12 weeks. So she's going to have a girl, and this one was a boy. So much fun.
Well, you finally got your boy.
I did. I finally got my boy.
Have you figured out what they're going to call you?
You know what? It varies. I'll call them. They want to. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I mean, if they call me coach, I'm fine with that too. That's fine with me. So I am, whatever my daughter wants to say, call me when she talks about me. That's fine with me. I don't care. Doesn't matter. My wife, though, she wants like different. I'm like whatever. I go, whatever he calls you when they get older, they're gonna call you. I mean, that's it.
That's what I told them. I said, they said, what do you want them to call you? I says, they'll figure it out. They'll call me something and it'll stick.
That's right.
They looked at me kind of funny, and they couldn't say Don, but they could say Dun Dun.
Exactly. Right.
So that's how it stuck.
Right. Now you're talking. That's why I got the same idea. I mean, whatever they call me, they call me. I'm not going to force the issue on them. So, yeah, I agree. So we'll see what happens. It is still, it's new, and my daughter's doing okay. She had to, you could tell they were a little bit tired, both of them, yesterday when I went over there. So it is what it is.
Is the baby sleeping all night?
No. Well, she did. They did say they had a good night last night. They did. She had to wake him up to feed it, but otherwise he slept, which is really good. But the night before he was up like every hour. So he's a baby. You never know how he's going to react. So last night was great. The night before wasn't. So it is what it is.
There'll be a lot of those.
Not for me. Not for me.
Yeah. No, nice thing about grandkids, you can go over there and crank them up, then you can go home.
That's right. That's right. And nowadays, I got to make an appointment as to when I can go over there, because they have too many people over there. They don't want a lot of people there. It's like, really? Okay, whatever.
That too shall wear off.
Well, we're in a COVID world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit, I hope that wears off, but we'll see. Well, when they get a little older and they get some, I don't know, whatever, we'll see what happens. It's way too early to even predict, but it is aggravating. I'll be honest with you, it's a little aggravating for me. Anyway, we are coming down here to lows again. Next level we have is down at 32. Now, if they close this below Wednesday's low, which is down at the 44.90 area, if they close below that, could be a little bit of a problem for this market. I think Monday could open up a lot lower, but they kind of hold here, maybe within yesterday's. Well, actually, we're still in Wednesday's range, right? We traded within Wednesday's range yesterday, and today we're still within Wednesday's range. So we have definitely a dominating daily bar there on Wednesday. So we have to break through those tops and bottoms of Wednesday's trade, which is, like I said, 90. If we close below the 90 area, 44.90, might be a little bit of an issue for the market on going forward.
Was that more of like a psychological level, or?
Well, it's also a new low for the week, and you're closing on a low. Doesn't really bode too well for the market, considering the news was okay, not the worst. I mean, unemployment was okay. You're absorbing interest rates okay. It's not the end of the world, but you're closing on the lows for the week is not really a good thing. So, not the best of ideas, and you're also closing below that big, the big Wednesday's range. It's that dominating bar. So we'll see. It's still kind of in the middle. But again, a little bit of a sell-off is not really the end of the world here, honestly.
Well, it is for the people who are trying to get long.
Well, no, I mean, I've been like, I've got orders in the stock market for like months now, waiting for them to get filled.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm not chasing. So I'm hoping that, we continue the downtick. I mean, I don't like jumping in, and, sometimes I do jump in, like, but I've got orders in there waiting for markets to kind of have these one big breaks, because people overreact. They overreacted on Wednesday, came back yesterday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Who knows?
Well, I still got some big old downside targets down there.
All right. Let us know what they are. You got them ready?
43.79 and 42.63.
All right. I'll write these down, see what happens. 43.79. I'll probably look back and confirm those somehow, some way later on, and see what I got. It's 42.63. Yeah. 42.63. That could give us, that would be about close to that 10% correction area.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, the market has not seen a decent pullback, 10% pullback in such a long time that these are like lengths of new records that the market has not seen a 10% correction. It seemed like buying dips is the way to go.
Well, I'm getting too many cross currents right now.
Really? That's why the market's not going anywhere.
It's just, one says, okay, we're going back up. One says we're going down. It's kind of like, investing. I like that 43. I really do. And we still need to get to 65. But I'm not.
Well, now the blue band is, you're right. The blue band is getting in the way there. Might be getting in the way anyway.
Oh, yeah. You can bet on it.
Mark's salivating right now.
I'm waiting.
Patience, important, right? Patience.
Well, Mark, you should be trading that blue band off my 1 minute chart. Over the last 30 minutes, we've done hit it 5 times.
No, thanks.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. It's a good thing your kids are sleeping. Could you imagine if you had a daughter sitting on your lap right now? Dad, is that a blue band?
Take it.
Let's put on a trade.
Oh gosh.
I hope they don't take it all the way back down to that 45.05.
Wasn't 45.05. Oh, that's down there.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we're running down to 32 right now. We'll see what it wants to do here. All right, these markets are just all of a sudden they just don't like it. Bonds are even rallying, maybe helping the rotation here to the downside as we come here to the 32 area.
Oh, that was horrible. It just bounced right off of my 32.
Yeah, well, it never got there.
I said I order at 32.25.
Oh, well, you're gonna get it this time. You better cancel it.
I hope it makes it to 29. I hope it bounces before it gets there. How's that sound?
All right, you just got again. If you made the adjustment, if you missed the 32 and made the adjustment, you can make the adjustment because of that reason. And now we're coming down here to 30, almost down to 29. Coming back over here to 32. I mean, you are adjusting because of the price action. If you got 32 and you didn't get filled because it got down to 2.25, you can make the adjustment a little lower. And hopefully you did. And hopefully, well, we just made it a little easier to stay with the trade. Good.
Yeah, so much for the 29.
Oh, I think you'll get the 29.
Yeah, I don't know if I want it now.
There you go.
Well, that could be there, Jack. I'm not quite sure how those dynamics works with all the different variables those hedge funds are piped into or using. So I can't really answer that, but those algorithms that they have keep them in business and creates the volatility too. So whatever dynamics they have in those algorithms creates those scenarios that you're mentioning. Yeah, Pat, stock market sometimes doesn't make any sense. You think that they're still making money, but the expectation is for them to exceed those numbers plus, and not only exceed those numbers plus, but their outlook has to be also exceeded, and maybe their outlook wasn't. It's not only the number that they look at, and I've really done trying to figure out how what the market, what these analysts are looking at, and how stock market reacts to earnings, especially for smaller companies. They have a little better coverage of the larger companies, but the smaller companies they have their dynamics in there, and I don't know, they react to misses very differently than bigger companies. All right, we did get down here to the 24 area now. Okay, you got in there maybe a 25-ish area and getting a nice rotation off of it. Okay, nice little pop there off of 25. Got 4 quick points off of that trade. Again, you made the adjustment on the downside against the 32 because of what was happening. We talked about that. And maybe you even cancel it because even that's a possibility too, because even like Don said, you don't want it if you didn't get it the first time to it, right? And so you have to take that into consideration when you're trading, and you have to look at the price action and make the adjustments accordingly. But no lack of opportunity here today, right? We were whipping around. I like to say that we like to average about 4 to 5 trades a day. I think we're way beyond that already. All right, nice little rotation there off of the 24 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box area. There are those levels that we talked about. You can see the 24 there. It got down to 4.25. Again, it's an area, especially with the volatility. Probably the VIX has got to be close to 30 now, don't you think there, Don?
30, 45.
Yeah, it's ripping up there. So now we're looking at the 09 as the next support level that we have, or at least an opportunity to scalp, not so much support. Not with this market the way they're moving. Well, that's good. Audio is always good there, Jack.
Yeah, I sure like that 24.
You did or did not?
I do. I still do.
And still do. Well, it's hanging right here. It is a good number, and there's some decent levels. But it's you got to take the when this market gets one way, it just kind of goes. It's hard to love a level. Let's put it that way. That's why you just got to keep in and out, and then look for next opportunity. Next support level is all the way down at the 09 area. Okay, we had you short above there at the 53 earlier, and then they kind of had a nice rotation down. We always are waiting for the market to give us an entry point. We need an entry point. We just don't like to trade. Oh, the market's going down, so I'm going to sell it. That's not really something that we like to do. We need the price action to kind of help us find us an opportunity. And I would say probably earlier we did, but right now the market is it's choppy, and the choppiness hasn't really given us a good entry point for a short, even though we are trading to the downside. So some people might say it's going down. Why are you buying it? Hey, we don't always buy it against the bias, or trade against bias, and we need the market to kind of give us an opportunity to get in. Either for a momentum trade one way or the other. Very, very, if you're trading at 27, then you're down to 23 in a half of a flash. It goes to the point of making sure you keep your stops in place. We're looking at 4 to 5 points minimally, but it's, even then it's getting a little bit, you got to be a little bit careful there.
It's so fast I can't even put in a order. You just have to hit the close button.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just really ripping around. It's a very, very tough little trade.
Do you think there's a lot of algos trading this right now, or is that what's causing
No,
some
not really. It's just everyday traders are just jumping in there and moving the market that fast.
Okay, dumb question. I just didn't think they could. A lot of them react that fast.
No,
Those
you can't. It's
programs.
impossible. It's impossible to react as fast as those algorithms.
Mm.
Just it's simple. I mean, I've come to that conclusion. You should have seen it in 2007 and 8. You think this is fast? Thing was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You couldn't even. It was moving like 20 S&P points in a move. I mean, you couldn't even like what? Where is it? What?
Wow.
You couldn't even realize. You couldn't even. I mean, you just couldn't even like respond to it. It was so fast. And that was 10 years, 12 years ago now, whatever it is. And you figure the technology is a lot better right now. So it can probably handle a lot more speed, and you're going to get even bigger, bigger washouts these days than you did ever. We are definitely chopping around here a little bit, but the 24, I mean, it is working. Remember, we said about 5-point stops. It got down to 19 down there and popped back up really fast. So 19 and change. You didn't get down to 19. But you are getting those rotations. Again, it's how you enter your trades, how you position yourself, how you scale. All these things come into play when the markets are moving, and you really don't have to trade of a large amount to deal with the volatility. It's just not necessary. You're getting the volatility on smaller levels. So
Yes. Well, I'm glad that 24 worked.
yes, the 24 worked. Even on a second rotation down there, it worked. Third rotation, fourth rotation.
Got to see it on a 1 minute chart.
So we talked about that. I've talked about this before about Chinese stocks, and Alibaba hits a 52-week low, and Alibaba is probably bigger in China than Amazon is here, and you just can't trade Chinese stocks because the government just takes them over, and they're even talking about delisting it from the New York Stock Exchange because of the uncertainty. The only reason I'm telling you this is because my friend told me the other day that I should buy it. And I said to him, it's Chinese. It's a Chinese stock. How can you buy that? He goes, I know, but it's bigger than Amazon. I go, okay, but it's still going to be giving you a 0 net return on your money or even a minus. I go, what's the difference? He just can't comprehend that a stock that's bigger than Amazon is trading at a 52-week low. And he goes, well, that's the uncertainty of the Chinese government. I go, yeah, it's a big uncertainty. That's not a little one. And so now they're talking about, again, we talked about, buying Chinese stocks. Not that I even push issues here about stocks, but that is one little problem that they have over there. So I missed yesterday. I had a very busy day yesterday, and you guys helped me out. I appreciate it. But I'm trying to catch up on my emails, and there's gazillions of them here. I don't even know which ones to keep. I keep throwing most of them away, but I want to read a couple of them, and it's like
delete.
Yeah, well, most of them I am, but a couple of them I got to like open up, read, and then delete, and it's taking me forever here. But that's what happens when you miss one day. You just like yesterday was a weird day, just a weird set of circumstances for me.
It was a killer trading day.
In a bad way or a good way?
A good way.
Oh, okay, good. You guys
traded 42 times.
Oh. I was going to say 300, but that's a little bit much.
I'm going. It seemed like every time I jump in, it take it out. Okay, let's get another one. It just kept doing it. I'm going. So about 1:30, 2 o'clock, I finally said, I've just about had enough of this.
We'll get the tractor fixed up.
Yeah, I'm going to ride the tractor, do something.
Okay, ride the tractor, yeah. That's funny. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it was moving around. Like I said, I was not watching it, and did not have a chance to do anything.
I don't know what it was. It just seems like, okay, it should go here, it went there, it should go there, it went there. I mean, it just constant up and down, up and down, up and down. It's kind of like, it makes you nervous when you start calling them and getting them right.
No, you got to see, those are the days that you got to take advantage of, because they're going to be the days that you call them and you don't get them right.
Yeah. To make up for all the bad ones.
Right. So you have to take advantage, and you don't even think about it, because the thing is this: when you have those days that you call me, you don't get them right. You never think of those days that you called them and got them right all day long. Oh, you're like, damn, I wish I never traded today.
Yeah.
What did I just do here? So yeah, you have to take advantage of those days, because obviously the inverse is going to occur.
I got tickled the other day. I was reading a book, and they said scalping the E-minis is like picking up quarters in front of a steamroller. It's good until you get run over.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, you are going to get run over. There's no doubt about it. You just have to make sure you keep at it, because, like you said, there's going to be those times where you're going to be right every day. All day. It does happen. It does happen. I've seen it happen.
It just needs to happen more often.
More often.
I'd be a happy camper then.
It's funny.
When this thing starts down, it sure gets a long way from that blue band before it even.
Right. And then straddles it for a little bit. And then maybe that is your buying opportunity, especially if we start trading, depending on how it trades, above or below it. But
I think the thing that messes me up is I realize, I know it, but you don't think about it. It takes time for this market to go down this far and trying to trade sideways before it goes back up.
Yeah. Yes, it has to consolidate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, it ought to bounce and go, but sometimes it'll do it, but very seldom.
No, it definitely needs an area to consolidate a little bit. Have the bulls and the bears fighting over which way it's going to break out, and then it'll make that move that you're talking about. So again, if we were, it depends on, I think, what happens in that range today. If we get below the range from Wednesday, if we close below it, then like I said, it could be a little bit of a bearish sign for the market.
But that's the actual close of the day. It's got to be below that low down at, what is it, 44.95, something like that.
Yeah, so got to go for below 90, I think.
97.75.
Yeah, but I would just keep it at 90.
Yeah,
if we got, and then we'll see. That'll be we'll see. I don't know. Right now, it's could easily retrace here and go right to the middle of the range. So, but And again, it depends who says what at what particular moment in time. I don't know why this is breaking like it is, but it is doing what it's doing.
Chad wants to know what kind of stop limits we've been working with.
I said about 4 or 5, 6 points, somewhere in that range. Definitely 5 points with this overflow of activity that we're getting.
It was funny. It seemed like the last couple of days, Sal, it was even in the afternoon, it was kind of like this. Didn't seem like it really slowed down very much.
Yeah, I mean,
it calms down. It didn't.
Yeah, that again, the when you're extending one way or the other, that could be the case. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's true. I mean, the light volume keeps everybody, nervous. That light. There's like nothing in the ladder ticket. And so you get moves, exaggerated moves, all the time, especially if that continues the whole day. So it's that, but also you have to be very careful in the afternoon. That's about all I can say.
Oh no, I just watched. I couldn't stand the madness.
Yeah, there is madness. I mean, if you're up money, you should be good to go. And there's always tomorrow. I mean, just remember that. Most of us forget that you don't have to trade, 45 times. Like some people I know. I will say that if I had to stay there all day, like if I stayed there and when I was trading on the floor and I stayed there all day, I traded a lot more than 45 times, let's put it that way. But it was because I was probably down money and wanted to get my money back, which is another reason that you shouldn't be around, because most of the people who are trading in the afternoon, I call it a loser bowl because they're down money and they're trying to get it back. So you have to be mindful of that as you're trading, and just be patient. All right. All right, we are hanging on the lows. They can't rally this. They try, but they just can't seem to do it. They get to a new level, hang down for a little bit, and then continue to break. But you can find your areas there where you're going to say, all right, I'm going to stay with it. And then if we get above a certain level, I'm going to exit and get out. Obviously, you could do that too. If you're looking for the top end of a range to get short, get, the market, it's just like a flagging formation, right? It's a range bound for a bit and then they extend. Well, you got the same thing on the downside. You get a range bound and then you extend. So if you're trying to find those areas, try to pick the top end of the range and then keep your stop in place and see if it'll rotate back down and extend to the downside. It's called the range game in reverse, right? the finding the top of the range to get into, and then if you're trying to get short, stay with it and get short there.
I mean, they're just not letting this thing I mean, we ought to rotate back up to that 33, 34 from that 18 easy.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you, but it's just not, at least for the time being, they're not letting it.
Yeah, they keep selling it off.
Yeah, I mean, the orders are coming in to sell as soon as they rally, a half a rally, they get themselves in a range. They did the same thing up at that 62, 60 area. Then they did the same thing here at the 30, 32, 33 area. They find a new range. It's just like if you think about a flagging formation to the upside, kind of the same concept here to the downside.
I'm still waiting for them to turn it and run to 86.
Yeah, which 86?
That 45, 86.
All right there, Chad. Thank you.
Oh, Mark, I said, this is the freaking frack show.
Oh. Well, what am I? Am I the ant?
No, we just talk bad about you when you're not here.
There you go. That's cool. I'm good with it.
You weren't
I'm
supposed
sure.
to tell him, Don.
Oh.
Don't worry. You have no idea what I say when you guys are not around.
That's okay. You know, you don't show up, you get talked about. That's rules.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're like, we love this damn stuff so much that we're always here.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I really do. I really do like it. And even if I'm not trading, I like watching these little bars bounce around.
Oh,
I'm sure the brokers love you, Don. You probably get like gold watches every year at Christmas time, don't you? As much as you trade.
I can tell you they stopped doing that.
Well, you know, it just the opportunities are endless. It just,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I try and quit, then there comes another opportunity popping up.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I get it. And like you've always said, you know, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. If you see the opportunity because you know the setup and you understand the trade and it's worked for you in the past, take the trade. If it doesn't work, that's fine. And exit and then look for the next opportunity. We can see here the bond market is definitely reacting to this break. I think this is more of a legitimate inverse trade type of situation today, because the bond market fears of interest rate hikes because of the unemployment number, because of what Powell's been talking about, and now you have this bond market rally here, which I think is just, this is definitely a run to quality trade here, where they're getting out of one, getting into the other. This is called a risk off trade. You're taking risk out of the stock market and you're buying safer commodities, which I don't understand how that exactly works exactly the same time, but hey, what do I know? I'm just telling you what these people say.
Come on. It could at least run to 34, 33.
Well, that would be the top of that range, yeah.
You know, I jumped in at 18 and I'm trying to hold that 18, but it's not going to let me. I mean, I'm running my stop right up there at scratch. It just, there's too much movement in this market to do that.
Yeah, it is.
And I rest my case.
That's right. There's your scratch filled.
Says, yeah, let's do it again. It just, if you got in at 18 and you run up there to 24, take you some profits and just quit.
Right. I mean, you are getting 5 points. You stick to your 5 points. You take your 5 points. Look for the next trade. But you like to go for 20 points.
Well, not really. I just like you said, I see the setup and it's there.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But and you might get it because you went down there, you got scratched, and then now it comes right back up. That's how crazy it is. So you're gonna get it. It's just when. It's all timing, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're trying to hold this little. I mean, we are a range bound. You can see here, you get above the 36, at least for temporary. You don't want to be short anymore. So there's your. If you're looking to get in as far as the short is concerned, anything above 36, you want to be out of any shorts. All right. So if you're looking to get short, at least we gave you like a little area there where you can look to get short. Boys, I have to take off right now. Hope you all have a good day. I appreciate you jumping in here. Maybe we could do this, maybe on Fridays.
Friday wrap-up show.
Yeah. At least we got some movies. So not the worst idea to. I mean, it helps me out. You guys help me out. I just want you to know. And not only you help me out when I'm not here, you also help me out today, because it's always better with the banter than it is with me talking, because sometimes I get a little boring, even to myself.
Got to keep you awake.
No, the market's keeping me awake. You don't have to do that. You definitely don't have to worry about that. That's for sure.
It really is tough to sit there and talk.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. But no, I understand. And, but I appreciate you guys helping me out here, especially, if we do this once a week, it might not be the worst idea. It'd kind of be fun. And you're right. It is, fun to trade. That's what we like to do. And unfortunately, I do trade too much, and so does Don. And Mark is getting there, but he's picking his spots because he has to. But 45 times, I can probably say at some point in my life I've beaten 45 times by a lot. Many-fold. Many-fold.
That was all day yesterday. But they just kept coming and they were all right. I'm just going, okay, I'll take it.
So right. I understand. Some of my best days I traded were the smallest amount of trades I made, because everything and then some of my bad trades, I was like, I can tell you I've traded, I could probably, I don't do that anymore, but it was fun. You're talking about the brokerage house. They used to be really nice to us. When you would give them, $75,000 or $100,000 in commissions, they were very nice to you. And then they decided that, they can charge me for my office that I used to be getting. They can charge me for tickets that they used to give me. They could charge me for this. And I got really pissed off at them. And now I'm not friends. I don't like any of them anymore. And you give them so much money in commissions, and then they just, all of a sudden, all the things that they gave you, they don't give you anymore. I'm like, why? I'm giving you more money than ever. They were rude.
Why do you think Don has such a nice tractor?
That's right.
Brokerage firms bought it for him.
That's right.
I'm shooting for an air conditioner.
Yeah, an air conditioner. Yeah, well, we don't need one here. You can just come and take some of Chicago stuff. Air conditioner. No, we didn't even do summer, but now it is cold. I mean, actually, it was very nice yesterday. I have to tell you, Mark, it was 55, and it was beautiful yesterday.
55. It's been 80 the last few days over here. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I don't have 80 in December, and that doesn't happen around here. 55 is beautiful around here.
It's like the girls to the beach.
Is snow in there?
No, 55? No.
No, I said, has it been snowing?
No, we have not gotten any snow. We've gotten a little dusting of a little snow once, dusting. You know, that only the grass gets a little bit of collection, but then the next day it warmed up, so it wasn't really around. But yeah, so I had a really bad day yesterday. So I was supposed to go see my little baby, and so and then I couldn't get in the room right to start, so that really pissed me off. I was like, I don't know what I was doing. I was messing around with this for like 20 minutes before I finally got into the right place. I don't know why they do the Zoom thing. I have no idea why. No, I don't know. Whatever. So then my wife goes at our allotted time, and I'm supposed to follow her. So I get in my car, and I start, and I got a flat.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm in my driveway with my flat, and I'm like, okay, well, I only have an hour because it was 55 degrees, and we planned to go golfing because it was 55 degrees. Now I haven't golfed in like a month or so because the weather's been, not. So I call my wife. I go, can you come pick me up? And she's like, well, I will in a few minutes. I'm like, wait a minute. I only have an hour here. And I go, this is not going to work. So I said, all right, forget it. You stay. I called my friend who I'm playing with, and he came pick me up. But my car's still in the driveway with the flat. So I go, play the round of golf. I'm thinking about my car. I'm thinking about going to see the baby because I haven't seen him yet. And I get back. We change the tire. We change the flat in my car. And so I take it to a place where I get my car fixed. And the guy goes to me, well, you have an appointment? I go, if I had an appointment, I wouldn't have the flat because I would have fixed the flat before the flat happened. I don't have an appointment. I just got a flat tire. And they're like, okay, well, you got to wait because we only have like 2 mechanics here. I don't know if we could take you. You don't have an appointment. I'm like, really? I wait there for like an hour and a half. And finally, it doesn't take me. It finally tells me, I can't take it today. I'm like, really? You could have told me that when I came here. Well, I was trying to squeeze you in, but we got more people coming who had appointments. I'm like, I told you, if I knew my tire was going to have a flat, I wouldn't be here. I would have made the appointment with my tire to change it before I got the flat. He keeps telling me that. Like, how are you supposed to and so that didn't happen. So I finally, I go and see my little grandson at that point, see him for like half an hour. By then it's like 8:00 at night. And I had to go play cards last night because it's my card night to go play cards. So I was out of the house at 9:30 and did not come back till like 2:00 this morning. And driving around was frustration all day long, except for my golf game. That was the only good thing that was going on yesterday. And I know everybody here thinks that's like a stupid story, but that was very frustrating for me. All right, I share too many details with you guys sometimes.
Yeah, I can relate.
No, it just sounded stressful.
It was. I still got to go fix my tire. That's where I got to go now. I said, so tomorrow, do I need an appointment to come here because I want to change my tire? He goes, no, since you waited here all day today, I'll take you right away. Oh, thanks, asshole. You're such a nice guy. I'm like, really? That's what he said to me. I'm like, okay, what the hell? Oh my God. So he got me upset more than anything else. All right, guys. So I have to go fix my tire. That's what I have to do now. And
have a great weekend.
we had a pretty good morning, I think, for the most part. We had a couple stops, but we got these runs. We definitely are getting runs here. And the volatility, you can see there's not even 100 lot in the ladder ticket. And that's going to create this movement back and forth. We gave you the exit strategy above the 36. It got up to 29.30 area if you wanted to. You're definitely getting rotations to the downside if you're selling it. Now, even if you get stopped out, you're getting rotations, making money. If you're looking to get short, again, you got to let the market tell you what to do, right? Above everything else. Even if you're trying to get short in the market, you got to wait for a good entry point and at least know where your stop is going to be. If you find your stop, that way you can find your entry point, you know how much risk you're taking, and then trade it accordingly.
Oh.
And that's all we can say here. You got to let the market give you the entry points. There you go. Don is yesing.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I forgot I got a mic on.
Don is yesing. Well, it's like the last time, Mark goes with the F-bomb.
That was, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was a bad fill.
No, you didn't get filled. That was the problem.
Exactly.
You didn't get filled, and the market rotated like 10 points, like in a minute. Like, damn it.
I can tell you the 18 finally worked.
The 18 finally. Yeah, that's right. So let me understand this. You got in, you got out, you got stopped out of the scratch, then you got in again.
Yeah.
And then it finally worked. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we just want to tell everybody how it worked or why it worked or how you traded.
And we're up to the 34, so I'm a happy camper.
Right. So anything above 36, you're going to be out of any shorts, and so trying to rotate back up here. Our blue band's coming in there at 44, 45. So we're trying to, see
your
what
blue band is different than my blue band, I think. You got 44.50. I've got 42.50.
All right, well.
But it's the way Ninja Trader calculates theirs. Even on my e-signal platform, it wasn't the same as Ninja Trader was.
Okay.
Question for you.
Yeah.
On your time frames, are you using the Globex session, 24 hours a day session?
Yeah.
Okay.
But to use the 24/5 or the 24/7? That's what we were trying to figure out yesterday.
They are.
Globex is just actually 5.
Yeah, Globex does close. That's for sure. Definitely does close. So we'll see. They do close on the weekend, so they open up. They'll close tonight and then open up Sunday night.
Yeah, at 5. Yeah.
Right. So we would have to think. Yeah. So I would say 24/5. If you had to ask me.
Does your charts, each bar, is that right now, say that the bar that it's on now says 8 o'clock. Does that mean it ends at 8 o'clock or it actually starts at 8 o'clock?
Which bar?
Like on your 5-minute chart, if you were to highlight the bar that's in action now, what does it say that bar is?
That's the 10:20 to 10:25 bar.
Okay, so that means it ends at 10:25.
It ends at 10:25.
Yeah.
Right. You see these marks here, these bars. This is every minute. So this is a 5-minute bar. So it's starting right now at the 10:25, and as this goes to 10:26, so this bar will fill in with pink. So here, the hourly bar, and this is like 30 minutes almost. That's why this whole bar here is an hourly bar, and it's filled. It's a pink bar. It's filled halfway. So that's when this becomes the whole hour, it'll come up to here. See what I'm saying?
Pink. I can't see the colors.
Well, you see the bar
down. Oh, okay.
Down here.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I don't
here,
have that.
this is a 5-minute bar. We're getting into the end of the first minute of the 5-minute bar, and that's why this bar is getting filled. This whole little these 5 bars here are minute bars, and this is an hourly one. So this whole thing is
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Again, we are talking about staying short below 36. So if you got up there and dip back down here to 29, if you did get short there against 34, 35, you get a nice little rotation. and minimize your risk, right? You minimize your risk. You could have made a 2-point stop there and taken at least more than 2 points on the trade there if you did get in. Now we don't want to take it anymore because it's riskier. Kind of the same concepts apply. Now we're looking at the 42, 44 to 45 area. There's some resistance, and if we get above 53, probably go and retest all the way up here to 58, 59 area. So you're getting to a point here where you're getting a little bit of retracement here, but still haven't really broken at 36. So, okay, we got the downside levels, and again, if it gets really late and you start trading below 45.90 or 44.90, you definitely don't want to be trading because that could really open up the floodgates to the downside. All right, gents, you have a great weekend. I appreciate the help.
You too.
Have a great
And
weekend,
I will talk to you on Monday.
Get that flat fixed.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. Nobody wants to work. Right? That's the problem. Nobody wants
Exactly.
to work. I mean, that
Don't
is
get
really
me
the
started.
problem. I know. It just don't make any sense. I don't get it. I don't understand.
They're not hungry enough.
I guess I don't get it. I'm just so dumbfounded. I really am. Is it COVID, or is there that enough of that population that's afraid of COVID? I don't get it.
We don't even see people standing on the side of the road that has signs that says we will work for food.
Well, there are here.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean,
in California, the signs just say, "Give me money."
I'll rob you.
Right, exactly.
Because I can rob you in California and nobody's going to put me in jail.
Right.
I don't understand.
I mean, right? I mean, that's what they do in California. There, they got looters going into the stores looting, but because it's less than like $500, they don't bother with them. They let them loot.
Less than 900.
I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if I took a candy bar when I was younger, they'd throw me in jail.
Oh yeah.
And that was a 10-cent candy bar because it was cheap then.
Then my parents would have beat the snot out of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm missing something.
The beaches are amazing.
I think the older I get, the less I understand.
Well, that's definitely becoming. I think that's true. But I don't even think the young kids understand anymore. That's the other problem. I don't know. I can't understand it. I'm losing perspective of life here.
Yep.
It's like crazy.
Well, you better hurry up and gain it because you're going to have some grandkids you're just going to have to treat.
I will teach him how to play basketball. That's what I want to do.
As long as it's not golf.
Golf and basketball, as long as it's not golf. Don't worry, I will not tell him to use tennis balls when he hits golf balls.
The daughter and them, they're scared to let the kids go with me because I teach them all the wrong things.
That's going to happen here too, Don. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, especially because they know I'm a little salty sometimes when it comes to language in front of the kids, and I got to be a little bit careful. But I wasn't last night. She was okay with it, my daughter. So as long as I was saying how cute this little boy is, that's fine with me. She didn't say.
What's amazing is here your kids are growing up. They're having children, and you think, well, why don't you do this? Well, we don't like that. That's not the proper way to raise kids. It's kind of like, what did I do wrong here?
Right, I know. Tell me about it. That's what I keep telling my wife every day. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why are they acting so stupidly? I don't get it. I mean, what are they going to do? Protect the kid forever? Keep him in a bubble? I mean,
yeah.
The things that come out of their mouth is like, is this really happening to me right now?
Yeah. What's really funny, the first one they're really protective of, and after the second one comes along, they forget about all that stuff they did with the first one.
Right. Well, yeah. I hope that's the case because right now it's not. I'm not happy about it.
They just forget some of it. They never forget it all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like very, very strange, but
it's my wife. I didn't raise her girl that way. She knows better than that.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the newer generation. They're going to do it their way. And
Mark is like, what? Is that really going to happen to me too?
Oh yeah.
No.
Mark, you got little girls. When they get about 12, lock them in the closet, never let them out.
That's why I had them. That's why I had them late. I'm going to go into a nursing home. I wanted to deal with any of that stuff.
That's funny. That's funny.
My wife deal with it.
Oh God, yeah. You'll remember. It's your way of forgetting everything. I don't remember what he did yet. I don't know. I have a bad memory now.
Early Alzheimer's.
I grabbed one of the grandkids and said, "Come on, let's go with me." And everybody's looking at me. Where y'all going? What y'all gonna do? It's kind of
right. Oh yeah. I mean, that's going to happen to me for sure.
They freak out. I'll come out here and we'll get on the tractor and I'll let them drive the tractor. They'll sit in my lap. We'll drive the tractor.
How old? Well,
they're up. One of them's 19. The youngest one's now is 11.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that Mama knows somebody, a friend of a friend, that they were on a tractor and the tractor jumped over and killed them. Oh, you're going to kill my kid. It's kind of like,
it's amazing, right?
I've been riding tractors all my life. I said, I bet you I could stay alive on them. What do you want to pet?
Right. So, they're so worried about germs. When my kids were little, we'd have a poker game in my house. And my daughter, who just had the baby, she would sit on, we would pass her, all the guys would hold her because she was so cute and everything. And we had chips. She would take the chips and she'd be chewing on the chips. There's no way that my daughter now would let that kid chew on those chips.
That's not good for you. When you were growing up, I had a TV. Did your parents say you're too close to the TV? Back up's gonna hurt your eyes.
Yeah. Now the screens are so big you can't sit far away from the TV. But who knew, right? I mean, yeah, that was the reason that you went to the eye doctor, because you got glasses because you sit too close to the TV.
Yeah, and now we got to sit through sound bars. It'll vibrate your chair.
That's right. Mark is like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
Oh man, I have to look forward to.
Yeah, so I mean, these guys. I mean, she would love sitting on their laps, and they would love holding her, and she would be gnawing on the chips, and there's no way. I was like,
and you love traveling with them. They'll always holler, "Are we there yet? Are we there
right.
yet?"
All right. This is memory lane here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go get your tire fixed.
Okay.
Before you scare me even further.
Yeah. All right, boys. I'll see you guys.
Have
Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
You put how many trades on, Don?
I don't even know now. I had 14, 15. Let me see. I'm up to 23 trades. Well, you get in, you get out, you get in, you get out. I'm running my stops really close. I'm getting stopped out. Like that 18, I had to take it. I took it 3 times. I made a little money on one, scratched on the other one. Then I made my money on the third one. And I believed in the position. That's what it said it was going to do. So you just take the trade.
Yep.
And it worked out. And it's kind of like that blue band, which we're nailing the door up.
Yes, we are.
you go back and you look at it, that blue band is tough trade not to take. And all of these trades, really and truly, you just take them. You know, it is, if they work, they work. They don't, they don't. And go on to the next one.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
And you know, if you can keep the emotions out of it, you know, I just got stopped out, lost $100. It's kind of like, and your point. You know, it didn't work, and they're not all going to work. I wish they would, but they just don't. But yesterday was an exceptional day. It seemed like everything was working.
Please tell me you took the blue band though, Don, right now, because that thing just worked out phenomenal.
I'm done for today. It's just,
that was my last trade. So.
You know, like right now, I have a 65 target, and I believe we're going to get back to it. But look at where we're stopping at. So, until we get above something, I don't want to.
Very, very nice trade.
And, yeah, just, can you stay with it?
You know what? Right now, I scale out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it's a scalp trade. You just get in, you get out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Normally, I do stay with it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then cut the fat off, you know, at 2 points, and just let a 1 or 2 run for a little bit.
Yeah. You know, okay. Yesterday I was trading around that blue band, both sides of it, and I'm just trading away, just like I got good sense, and they were happening. Just okay, this one happens, and that one happens, and this one happens, and it's kind of like, okay, just keep taking the trades. It's just
all you can do.
Yeah. But today is Friday. I don't want to get into a hole. I don't want to, even though I believe we're going to go back up there.
I don't know. I hate saying this. Well, maybe it won't happen if I say it, but I'm thinking we're going to go down back to that 45, test that 4,500 area.
We should.
Yeah. It's Friday, and I don't know.
It's the only thing that I'm looking at is on this downhill side. We're leaving some footprints that we usually get back to. But we're going to have to get to those things from this blue band. We're going to have to be above something,
right?
And so, and until we, I'd love to just say, hey, let's buy one here and just hold it till we get to 65. That'd be a great thing. But unfortunately, the market just does not work that well.
Guess who I have sitting on my lap? My little daughter.
Yeah. Let's trade, Daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
When you going to get your camera hooked up?
I should do that just for her. I'm going to work on that this weekend.
Oh, yeah. You need to get the camera.
Yeah, so everyone can see my little daughter. She's so adorable.
I think that is a parent thing. I got the cutest, smartest kid in the world.
Oh, it is. Yeah. My kid's smarter than everyone.
What was it? Somebody says, that is the ugliest kid. I know Mama bowed up at him. And he said, I'm just joking.
Well, let me tell you a quick story. When my 15-month-old Sophie, when she was born, and we were in the hospital, my wife was delivering, and the nurse, a couple of nurses said, wow, she is such a beautiful baby. And my wife said, all babies are beautiful. And the nurse looked at my wife and said,
yeah.
We get some ugly babies to come through here.
I know.
I thought that was hilarious.
You go to those nurses and you look, you see them people, oh, isn't he so cute? I'm thinking, that's an ugly kid. You need to change. You need to send him back in for a trade.
He needs to still cook a little more or something.
Yeah. It's sad. Oh, man.
All right, Don. Well, I'm going to get out of here as well.
Yeah.
You have a great weekend.
Me
And
too, Mark.
be safe. Don't trade anymore.
Not, I'm gonna shut this thing down and go tinker with the tractor. Go do
Awesome.
something exciting.
There you go. Enjoy your weekend.
Yep, guys, y'all be safe. Keep your stops in. You've got all the levels down. You gonna post them one more time?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Mark.
So if Excel says if it goes past that 44.97 area, it's probably going to tank. So be careful.
Yeah. If it goes down, I do have that 45.05 area. So now I don't know if they'll let it go today or not. It just that was like that 45.45, man. When it decided to go, it goes fast.
Right. That's what's scary.
And when it was going, my internet was down, so I wouldn't have been able to do anything with it anyway. So,
all right, Don. Well, you take care of yourself.
You too.
I'll talk to you on Monday.
Okay.
Take care.
Guys, y'all take care. We're going to be around. Brad will be around, or I'll be in the background or something. And so if anybody has any questions, just feel free to ask. And if not, y'all have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Hey, KG, let's see the levels for today. Our pivot this morning is going to be 45.95. We have support down at 88, 80, 70, 60, 44, 32, 09, and 44.97. Resistance on the upside we have is 02, 07, 16, 25, 33, and 42. I hope you got that. You're most welcome. Well, if you took the 09, you're getting paid off. Didn't stay there long.
our trading concentrations the morning session. Based on this trade along live session. And we have traders that are schooled in price action trading, and they certainly can trade, based on what they see fit. The way we set this up is we have a trading academy where you can learn from where you are and add in what you're looking for. The goal here is how do we help you become more consistent based on your profitability. And we also have this trade along live session as an opportunity point for traders that have a trading or a current trading discipline that they're happy with. And they are looking for Sol as a wingman during the morning session or this particular session, and also his proprietary scalping levels and zones as areas to look at during the morning session. Looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades from an educational point of view only. And this is a subscription service. We have guests coming in. This is the area where we have individuals come in as guests, and they can decide what they are interested in based on where they are in their trading and where they'd like to be. So we appreciate everybody being here. Hey, Michael, how are you making out? Michael L. Rich H. Tyson, let me know. Jack, did you get a chance to review the website? Just let us know back in chat. And Allison, same. Hey, Michael. So I'll send out the opportunity to review the website. There is a bundle that I think is appropriate for individuals. It's where you can learn in private session with Sol and then come in here as a proving ground and an access point to him during the live market. As you're applying your newfound trading skills, and that I think is very popular. The Trade Along Live session, this session is also very popular. Gets great feedback. The concept of looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points plus, that means you'll look to grab more if appropriate, or bank more if appropriate. Sol generally has a 2-point stop in his trading. And I would venture to guess that Sol's entries, exits, and stops based on his price action trading strategy may be different than what you are used to or doing. And that's what's taught in his Trading Academy classroom. That's part of this service. So it's really up to you which way you'd like to go. That's right. Sol is a veteran of the trading pits in Chicago. He's actively scalping the S&P 500 E-mini for his own trading account. He's also working, mentoring, and helping traders in his private Zoom classroom. And yes, you can review that on the website. He's got a nice group of people, traders from all around the globe. That's part of his trading education. It's a long-term relationship, which is great. And it's really a relationship that builds on the action of price today and the tweaking and the commentary based on today's trading activity, which is pretty unique when it comes to what's available out there. And being a 25-year veteran doesn't hurt. 25-year veteran of the trading pits in Chicago. So, Michael, let us know if you have any questions about our services. Check out the website, tradealongtradingacademy.com. And for those that are joining us on the outside, if you'd like to join us on the inside, in other words, if you have somebody that you would like to refer to this opportunity, you can have them come in and register at tradealonglive.com, which is the direct link to sign up for this webinar through Zoom. Tradealonglive.com. Now that differs. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com is the website where you have the description of these services, the opportunity to subscribe. If you want to upgrade from the Trade Along Live session that you subscribe to, then we can help you upgrade into the combo deal where you get the best of both worlds. You get to work with Saul in private class, then come in here as you exercise your newfound trading skills and be adjusted and tweaked by Saul as you are growing your talent. We're getting better at your trading technique. Anyway, so I'll be in the background. It's up to you to decide what you'd like to do. Trading is about making decisions, so make one. I'll be glad to help you. I'll be in the background if you need me. Thank you. Just use the chat feature to respond. Thank you. Again, tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com.